Hello and welcome to Focus on Liberia. Welcome to yet another edition of our program here, the Hour of Politics. Thank you for joining this yet another exciting broadcast. I'm Ansony Sieh hosting. I got good news for you today. It is your time to speak. For a good while now, you have been listening, and Focus on Liberia is giving you the opportunity to speak. We want to hear from you. We all have to be part of this conversation about this country, Liberia. So, on the Hour of Politics today, I want all of you to put up your political cap and be able to talk to us. So, this is an open mic on the Hour of Politics today, and I want to welcome you to this broadcast. Since this is an open mic, I want to let you know right away the way you can call to participate is just simple. If you load in the scrolling text below, the calling details are right there. That is a phone number and that is an access code that you can enter to be able to join the discussion. Also, we have a WhatsApp number that you can call, and that WhatsApp number is also in the scrolling text below. Now, for this open mic, there are few points we want you to be able to talk about. Number one, the $75 COVID-19 testing fee at the RIA. We know that when someone travels to Liberia or when someone is traveling outside of Liberia, because of COVID-19, there is a testing fee. You pay $75 to take your test when you are entering and when you are leaving this country. What do you make of that? Is Liberia the only country collecting this money? Is the money too much? Is the money too small? Do you know of any management concerning the money, what the money has been done with? What was the purpose, or what is the purpose of collecting the money? We want to know, we want to hear from you. What do you know? So today is your day to speak. Also, we want to know, where are we in the fight against COVID-19? Where are we as a country? You, the viewers, you, the followers, you, the Liberian people, should be able to let us know, where are we? What do you think? Where you think we are in this fight against COVID-19? And also, we are asking the question, where are our elected officials of government? Where are they? The people we elected to represent us, the people we elected to serve us, especially in times like these when we have a killer virus that is raging hell in our country. Where are our leaders? I think you know where they are. And what are they up to? Do you also know? So the phone line is open. And by the way, we have a WhatsApp number also at the bottom. And we will appreciate if you will not waste any time but to join the conversation. So today is your day. And as you can see, I am waiting for you. Today, I'm not doing all the talking. I am not doing my usual analysis. I want you to call. The phone line is open. And once you call right now, we will be able to give you the opportunity to speak. And when you call, we are saying, we want you to talk about the $75 COVID-19 testing fee being collected at the Rabat International Airport when one travels to Liberia and when one is leaving Liberia. What is the purpose for the money? What do you think has been done with the money? Is the money too much? Is the money too little? Is the money being managed? Do we have any record? How much money being collected so far? And what is being done with this money? What is the purpose of the money? I want you to talk to me about that. I'm waiting for call. This is why I am trying to restate the protocol here, that when you call, this is how we will proceed. The other question is, where are we in the fight against COVID-19? Now, since I'm waiting for calls, where we are, it is not pretty. Liberia now is at level 4, which is the highest level, meaning that being in Liberia at this time is not advisable. Even traveling to Liberia at this time to pull it right is not advisable. The CDC, that is the Center for Disease Control of the United States of America, has issued an alert for Liberia that Liberia has reached the highest peak. And you know, or if you don't, let me share with you, we have a new variant that is in Liberia. That variant is called the Delta variant. That is the most dangerous variant of all. That is the one that kills in the shortest possible time. So the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, has issued an alert for Liberia that it is not advisable to travel to Liberia at this time because of the variant. Now, we saw the variant, this very variant, raging in India. People were dying on a daily basis. People were being buried on a daily basis. And the fact that we have some kind of trade route, there is a constant travel between Liberia and India, we should have taken precaution, right? Did we take precaution as a country? How did the variant get to Liberia? When we have this testing going on at this very airport, when money being collected from individuals traveling to Liberia and from Liberia, and then we have this variant. So folks, the phone line is open, and I want you to call to participate. And also, we are asking you the question, where are our elected officials at this time? Again, I want to remind you, you are the one doing the talking today. And I think I have a caller, and I will bring that caller in so that that caller can be heard from in no time. Caller, your name and where you're joining us from, and strictly to the issue.
Good afternoon, Ansony. This is Mercy Sophie, and I call from Minnesota this afternoon.
Thanks for joining us. It's my pleasure having you. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say thanks for the open mic. It's one of the things I've been waiting for. Mm-hmm. The first thing, let me address the testing at the airport. Mm-hmm. Ansony, it's so unfortunate. Mm-hmm. We don't know whether we want God himself to come down and be president or to be leader of that country. Almost everybody that the president gave responsibilities to, they act as if they are not going to school, or they don't have any thinking faculty. Like you rightly said, we have a very huge trade route between India and Liberia. The fact that the Indians are in Liberia and we see them, when the stuff started happening in India, Ansony, it was good enough for us to take precaution, like you said. Because wherever the person comes from, it will be on a boarding pass. If the guest came from Ghana, with us going to India, you will know. Mm-hmm. So if the person came from India, went to Ghana before he come to Liberia, you will know. But Ansony, the corruption that is embedded in the fabric of our society, it takes God or Jesus Christ himself to take it out. And I think that's just about all. And these people will come bribe their way. We private citizens, Ansony, we leave other countries and go home. You pay the money for the test. How in the world they will give you tests? You don't have results. We do not have the demographic or the address system that they have in other countries that you say, when you put the message of security, you know where he is. You tell them, man, go home, and we'll send you the test result on your phone. Is that matching with the variant that you talk about? And go in the society, he's already met his relatives, friends, maybe gone to a party. You see what's going to happen? Me, President, we have got to come from the mansion and to go to help people on the airport or to the health minister and say, do your job. Actually, look, we just got to fast and pray for that country.
Monfe, hold on. Let me ask you a question here, my brother. Something you said. So when an individual comes in and that person takes the test, they don't know where the person is going. I think the person has a phone number, right? Is it now possible for the individual for them to send in an email with the result or text the result? They don't do anything like that. Do you know?
No, but listen. So, Stefan, let me give you this news flash. Many people, including my direct self, you will go and do the test, Anthony. You might never get the result. Never. The line is open. Other people will call. You might never get the result. Never.
And why is that?
So the irresponsibility of the very people that are handling this issue. And that's where people come to blame the president. Because people are there messing the government up and putting Liberians at risk, and we still keeping them there. He has the power to fire and hire. Look, Anthony, look, it's so simple. You don't need a master's degree for people to have that place at heart to say, if one Liberian dies, it is of concern. All they want is what they can get and the money. But you go and pay the $75, even if the guy in America here that you got to go on your phone, it's not even worth it. So you get to the airport, you will stay there for almost 4 hours of arrival time to find a way to pay your own money to do your test. No air condition the place, have everybody sweating. But you do the test, Anthony. First thing, you don't even have local number. Even if you have it, you put somebody's number down. You say, y'all call me and y'all send the test result to me. My thing is, Anthony, if an Indian man or a Liberian man came from India with that virus, and you do the test, you say, we'll send you the result. Don't you think he's going to transmit the disease to other people before you even send the test result? He's going to do that. So my thing is that you said, we don't play in Liberia, Anthony. You go and do a think tank. This thing is in India. What are we going to do to be proactive? How do we do it? Nobody cares. Let me tell you another thing. Right now, in the shortest time in the last 3 weeks, we've had more than 100 deaths. I'm not going to say all of them were COVID. But who is investigating what causing these deaths? Whether it's all COVID or it's something else. Nobody. I mean, it's just sitting in our country. No, it hurts, Anthony. And these things that you guys doing on the radio, oh yeah, they're trying. But whenever we change or anybody listening, that's another thing. It hurts, Anthony, and it boils our blood. And one man cannot change this. You know, I've come to realize that you can't be also government or also president and change anything. In your 50, all 50 of you just talk. When the rest of the people won't be cookies, it will not work, Anthony.
And Moffat, the money they're collecting, what you think they should be doing with this money, or what are they actually doing with the money? Because you just explained to me here where you sit while you wait to take your test. The place is hot. It's not comfortable. You have to wait for hours. And I'm also wondering, do they really have effective testing kits at that location?
No, this is where I will choose my word and I'll be careful. This legislature that we have, they are all rubber stamps. How is it? I remember they called the health minister one time in there to ask her what is she doing with the money and why she the one levy fee and then using the money she doesn't have the authority. What did they do? And people like Dara and other people there from whatever party inside there, the place that the highest number, they have the highest bidder carry the day. If two people come and say, we don't agree, and the majority say you're leaving the minister, she will go free. How can you raise 9 million or 7 million from this tax You said waiting for donation of people giving ventilator and oxygen. So what happening with the money? Because anyway, the people will be working already. You don't be taking that money to go pay things. I know I heard her talking about taking care of overhead costs. Cost of what? Cost of what? 9 million. Actually, it's not small money. And number two, all these oxygen, all these things you're talking about, actually, there is no 24-hour current in any of our hospitals. It is useless. Let me get to our library people at the look if they listen to me. All these tanks they're giving these people, by the time current goes for 1 second, and that oxygen tank stops, the person is dead. All that one should have been talked about. Long time when the corona started. The library did not have one ventilator at the time. They have things that say, oh, we just bought in full. But because nobody died and there was no long cases, they just left it like that. What is the military hospital at the jet bill? You get a morning hospital. All the journalists in the country, they're sitting there, they're not even thinking. Go behind the health minister, check the military hospital, go to JFK. But because there's no synchronized anything, but no, JFK doesn't have a 24-hour current. Sadly, none of them. So what is use of ventilator? You know the use of the power that behind ventilator, Ansony, is stable electricity and 24 hours.
Moffat, let me bring this up to you. Yeah, let me get your take. We also asking a question here. Where are our leaders? There's a debate now. Some people are saying the president's decision to go to France was right. Others are saying, no, you can't leave now when there is this killer virus in the country. What do you make of this debate that is going on?
Hey, Anthony, my personal opinion, it is so disingenuous on the part of those who call leaders. You remember during early time when the Ebola came, she had to give an ultimatum that if people who left the country will not come back, they should consider themselves fired. Okay, for the lawmakers, the president can do that on their own. Because we always say this, but actually the problem is also with the Liberian people. And I don't blame all these people for behaving the way they do. Because if our Liberian people, and the problem whether the opposition or the imposition, the people we need to talk to Anthony are the people who are voting these people in the power. So if the three comes again, these very people again will put them back. Can you imagine? In this crisis, somebody took 15,000 divided by 30 or 103 people or 70 or whatever. Then somebody tell you, I want to build bridge. If you build a bridge and the people die, how would they walk on that bridge? And all the way people talk, actually, they still use the money according to the way they want to use it. Nothing they don't get.
But Murphy, I don't think the people are not stopping these lawmakers, the elected officials, from doing the right thing. And I think they elected them because they made a bet on them that they would do the right thing. If they campaigned that they would do the right thing, so that's why they voted them. So why are you blaming the people?
I agree. So listen now, and I wanted this one. The reason why I'm blaming the people because actually we will talk this thing again after God will help us to stay alive after 2023.
Okay.
If somebody like the lawmakers are there now have left the country in this time of crisis, have taken 15,000 put it inside there, all the way we talk, they said that they will use it their way. And the Liberian who put them there, the next time you go see these things people will come again and bring you back already election time and will put them in power. I'll bring the people. And Anthony, let me tell you one thing. If our other countries, after the executive with their 15,000, that House of Representatives would have been surrounded peacefully and would tell the lawmaker nobody will come downstairs until they put those money back in the bank. They would have done it. But Liberian people, they want Jesus Christ to fall from the sky, start dividing manna from heaven, and we just want people to turn on our behalf. We're looking for Jesus Christ for us. We are friends. Everybody is friends, Anthony. Oh, I'm scared to talk. I'm scared to do the one that will beat me. I'm scared to do the one I will lose my job. So in my mind, everybody is friends. Who always die, let them die. Who always survive, let them survive. But most of the people who talking about the things in the country are you people who outside the country. So many people in Liberia you see really discussing issues and how you got everybody is friends. So let us be a friend, then we are friends, we are no. The Liberian people, if we come together, I don't care how many fire and hard water trucks they get, Ansony, those lawmakers, they were going to swoop in that building in a 1 month. They were going to see that we take that 1.7 million to make sure we get a generator that will synchronize with LEC. As soon as LEC goes, the generator comes on. So the biggest referral hospital, JFK, you were telling me calling and go and you said the generator will work? It's impossible.
Thank you.
We are on board. Thank you, Ansony.
Thank you so very much. He is absolutely right. He is absolutely right. And so, folks, you can call in to participate. This is Open Mic today. We want you to call and participate in the discussion. The number to call is in the scrolling text below. Yeah, you also have it right here, 605-313-6004. Enter the code 719-403#. In the scrolling text there is also a WhatsApp number for those who might be out of the US. You can call to participate. In this open mic here at the Hour of Politics, we are looking at the $75 COVID-19 testing fees at the RIA. And also, we are asking the question, where are we in the fight against COVID-19? Talking about the fight against COVID-19, Liberia is at level 4, which is the highest. And we are at this level because the Delta variant, according to medical professionals, is in Liberia and is killing people. And there where we are right now in the fight against COVID-19. So we are at a deadly level and we are getting reports that people are dying. So what are we doing right now? Where are our officials of government? Where are the elected officials of government? Where are they? The phone number to call is right there in the scrolling text. If you call, you will have the opportunity to participate. So while you wait to call, because many of you don't want to call, let me chime in a little bit. So let me talk about the $75 COVID-19 testing fee at RIA. And I will be asking questions today. I may not necessarily provide you the answers. I want you to call because this is open mic so that you can provide for us the answers. Well, you know. So $75 is being collected as COVID-19 testing fee. My caller that I just had monthly, he said, when you take the test, you don't even get your result in most instances. There are people who have taken the test and they don't get their result. I will believe it because when you are leaving the country, you've been asked to take the test. So if you have your flight and maybe you're leaving tomorrow and maybe you took your test today and you can't get your results, according to people who have traveled outside of Liberia, some of them don't get their result and they leave the country. So their status cannot be made known. And the reason, in my understanding, the government put this in place so that they will know who is carrying the virus. That way, we are able to allow that person to be quarantined or for that person to be quarantined so that the virus will not be transmitted to others. So we have been hearing reports from other people that the total money that have been collected so far from this $75 that has been collected at the airport as COVID-19 testing fee is a little above $8 million since this collection of fees started for COVID-19 testing. And people are saying, even at that very testing center, you have to wait for hours and hours before you can get tested. And then when you get tested, you do not get your results in some instances. So if people are not giving their results for them to know their status, then what is the point of taking the test anyway? Is it because the government is just trying to raise revenue or money? And then the other thing is, then what are you doing with the money? Is the government procuring or buying for us vaccine At this stage in the fight against COVID-19, the emphasis now is on vaccine. Countries are getting vaccinated. Leaders are getting vaccinated to encourage their citizens to get vaccinated. Vaccines have been provided by many countries. I heard we have some vaccines in the country, but how much vaccine do we have? What information do we have out there in terms of the number of vaccines that are made available to the people being purchased by our government in its fight against COVID-19? They may have some information out there, but how many persons know about this? Do we have a team in all the counties that are vaccinating people? If we don't have sufficient vaccines right now for the number of citizens that we have in our country, can we use some of this money being raised at RIA to purchase vaccines? Or can we get our lawmakers, our elected officials, make a decision to find money from somewhere to buy more vaccines so that vaccines can be taken to the counties, so that vaccine can be taken to the villages for our people to get vaccinated, to prevent themselves from contracting the deadly and killer virus? We saw how many of our fellow citizens got killed by Ebola. It was devastating. And why talking about this? Our president left the country. Our president left the country and went to France when we have a killer virus. And some of his supporters are telling us he's going to make a case for Liberia and that he will have the opportunity to speak. He has been invited to get a speaking position or slot, and he will have some meetings on the margin or on the side. And chances are that he's going to. The thing is, we learn from history. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, when the Ebola came from the start, it was a disaster. That we know for a fact. We heard about it in Guinea. Our government did not close the borders. So in no time, the Ebola, it entered Liberia and he started killing people. So a committee was constituted and then the government got to work. President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did not travel outside of the country. She had written Barack Obama. She has dispatched Joseph Yimambuaka to go and lobby for Liberia, and Liberia got help. This is not the time for our lawmakers. This is not the time for our elected officials to be leaving the country. This is a time for them to be home, to find ways. Lawmakers walking away with $15,000 in their pocket, and as though that is not enough money to piss people off, they also got $20,000 loan, and they left the country. And some of them telling our people they should go and buy food to store it. They should buy luncheon meat and sardine. They should buy green plenty. They should buy gari. Where are they getting the money from? All the CPP lawmakers took this money. All the CDC lawmakers took this money. And up to now, there has not been an emergency section to be called by our legislature to find a way to raise money to buy more vaccine. Individual lawmakers say they're giving few dollars here and there, and they think that's going to solve it. Are we now seeing the collective fight that nations around the world have put on? And because of what they have put into place, individuals of goodwill and other institutions are coming to complement. And these people are just leaving. Anyway, let me bring in another caller here. This is Open Mark. I'm just asking questions and I want you to talk to me. All right, call out your name and where you calling from.
Yeah, my name is Anthony Roger, calling from Pennsylvania.
Mr. Rogers, go ahead. We are discussing the $75 testing fee for COVID-19 at the airport. We are asking the question, where are our elected officials of government and where we are in the fight against the COVID-19? And we also want you to chime in on whether or not it was prudent for the president to have left the country, for some senators, DeLon and Yombly, and other leaders who might have left the country that we don't know of, for them to leave the country during this time we find ourselves in. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you, Ansony. First, the $75 charge for COVID test in Liberia. I think that the money charge is not a bad deal. All right?
Right.
But the problem I have is this. If you coming from the US, sometime, I remember last year, this year, March, I paid $100 for my COVID test to go to Liberia. Okay, they have a app on the Google Play. They call Liberia Travel app. You download that app and then they ask you to pay here so that you can pay here or you pay upon arrival.
Okay.
So I did pay here. Then I got to Liberia by Brussels on the 15th of March. They say, hey, the money you pay is pending. And they sent me receipt confirmation that the money has been paid. So when I got there, they said the money is pending. I have to pay again. So I pay additional $75. This is my point. When they have the tablets, the 6 tablets are there, but only 3 working. You got over 100 plus people. And then they say the thing should be online. You got to do it online on the tablet. If you don't have a phone, you got to go on the tablet and do it, put the information in online. So we're there over 3 hours. Now, I did the test. I keep on that seminar. I landed at 11 p.m. I left on that 3 a.m. Now, when we do the testing, no result.
What did you say? You didn't get your result?
No, this is what result. I didn't get a result. So that is the point. I think that if we come together 3 days and 2 hours before we probably to get COVID test result. So if I take a result from the US, credible one, enter Liberia and say, hey, that one is nothing, but we can see another test, no problem. So if I take that test to Liberia, enter the country, nobody gave me result in the course of 3 days. I spent 2 months there and I never got a result. Okay. Coming back again, I got to pay another $75. All right, for another test. That one part, you can get a result because they say if you don't get a result, you cannot put it flat. All right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
So I think there's a problem in our airport. Serious problem. And the place is very hot. Imagine, also when they come, the name, how many people on the flight? Now, I thought it was there, some people being selected. So I saw a group of people thinking when the white guys go to different places, do different results, guys go do different testing, and then it's how we Liberians, and just in the queue. Very jam queue, no space.
Are you saying at the testing center they treat Liberian differently and maybe other nationals are given some form of preferential treatment?
I'm telling you, yes. I saw some Liberian, some of the girls who work there. They find those Asian group of people. They took them one side, grab all their passports, try to process them, very fast. Then they hop on in the queue. So we saw a lot of noise, but it couldn't catch up. That is Liberia for us. Okay. So now, the second issue is the president and other leaders leaving this country. I think it's wrong. Because leaders who are being in that country to provide leadership and direction for their people. All right? We agree that the president go on a summit and all the kind of things, but I think it's not about this time. You can just sit back and do your Zoom and you participate in the conference. But again, according to that website, the e-market website, They said the president is going to meet all the dignitaries and people to support in Liberia's case and, lobby around for us. That's a good idea. But the issue is about this time where you got people are dying. The president should have been in that particular country, making sure that the vaccine is available places that people will go there. He can muster that courage, go to the various affections, for the vaccine center, make sure people are there doing the vaccine so that the entire country will be encouraged to do the vaccine. Now you leave the country. You did not go alone. You sent a bunch of people along. All right? Mm-hmm. That's a view there for us. I think it's wrong. It's very, very wrong.
Do you have issue with the president not taking his vaccine at this time?
I have serious issue with that. To be honest, why is it true that they say it's optional, and but you as a leader for your country, all right, you are leader of the country. You got to muster the courage, get in the queue, let people take your pictures. They see the president has got in the queue. You are taking the first step to get a vaccine. Trust me, all other government officials will follow you because somebody are sitting on the fence. They are looking at you. If you don't go there, they don't care. But if you take that courage and go there, and then you get instruction that every official of government must take that vaccine, you see how the country will go. So we're lacking something there. Seriously.
Thank you.
All right. Then look at lawmaker. 1 second. The lawmaker, nobody can afford some Facebook that we will buy food and don't have mercy. Mm-hmm. So where the money coming from to buy food? You guys can speak when you got whole country down by you control. When you are leaving that country, what material the people in place that when the lockdown comes, what will your people be eating on your return? Ansony will have serious problems. Liberia, we got to do something about that country. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you calling. Again, folks, this is Open Mark. The line is open. We even have a WhatsApp number that is right there below in the strolling text right there. You can call and participate. This is Focus on Liberia. This is the Hour of Politics. This is an Open Mark. And we want you to be the one doing the talking today. And we want you to talk about the $75 for testing at the airport for COVID-19. What do you make of it? Many people who have had the experience there say they don't get their result when they take the test. So is the government just collecting the $75 because somebody paid for a service? They should be able to what? Get the service, right? Or you just take their samples, they don't get result. How are they going to believe that the sample you took, that you even tested the sample? Do they even have the right equipment or the testing or tools or kits at the airport? Do they really have them? Somebody said the place is hot. People wait for the longest. Also, where are we now in the fight against COVID-19? We understand the Delta variant, the most dangerous of all, is in Liberia. It is a killer. And then people are taking tests, and then they're not getting their results. What do you make of that? Where are our elected officials? Well, at this time, since we don't have another caller, we are taking a short break. When we come back, we will read your comments. Don't go anywhere. We will come to those of you who prefer to comment. We want to also hear from you. So we will take a short break. It will be very short. When we come back, we will read your comment. Stay tuned.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jah.
And I am Ansony Sieh. And thanks for staying with us. At this time, we will read your comments. And let's hear from Fatu Dole. When you are traveling from Denmark to Africa, you pay 150 US dollars for COVID-19 test in Copenhagen Airport. I see a call here. Hold on, folks. Let me see. Hello there. Hello?
Hello.
Yes. Are you calling to participate on the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Your name and where you joining us from?
My name is Lawrence. Yeah, Yene. Where are you from?
Mr.
Iowa.
Oh, you're calling from Iowa. Okay, straight to the issue.
Yeah. I want to understand something. The testing fee in Liberia, is it 75 or 150? Because when you go in, you pay 75, and when you come in, you pay 75. So they get it right now.
Yeah, I think you have a point. But we were looking at every time you test, you pay $75. So that's what we're looking at. And I think I said it from the beginning of the show that when you go in, you pay $75 to enter. And then when you're coming back, you pay another $75. So you are right. Somebody who making a round trip have to pay 150. You have a point there. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's not 75. It's 150 that is paid without result, without anything.
Okay.
Okay. So we should be looking at it that way.
All right.
You see, our country, we so unfortunate with our country. It is ourselves that making a country like this. We are so not sincere to ourselves. We are wicked on one another. We feel when we endure individually, then it's well. And God is looking at us like Liberians. I can really wonder that even now, those that just murmuring all around, the government like they, when they get there tomorrow again, they change. Liberians, are you getting me?
I'm listening to you carefully.
Liberians, we just suffering ourselves around the world. You can't even imagine. Yesterday, Molu was passing all around here, crying. How is it? He is the chairman on the establishment of war crime court in Liberia. Passing around today, Molu is in government today. He has the gamble today. You can't hear him from it. You see how Liberians we are? Other people too crying to get there again. They're criticizing the present government again. When they get, you can see some people. You see then that they are hungry. They just looking for a way to get there to cut their own.
What do you make of these leaders traveling outside of the country during the time of the pandemic?
They are traveling. What really are you going for? And they're traveling away. What different is bringing in, brother? What thing just to go show out when the sickness is pandemics. Is these are the two words we must look at: pandemics and epidemics. This is the sickness that occurs at any time and at any place. So you got it in your country. Your people are illiterate. There have been no awareness on it. You got to be there, like for our president. You got to set an example. Take their fasting. In fact, put it on media. Let the people see it. Let it be on TV. Oh yeah, they're fasting. You know, the layman will only see before they believe. What? It's too bad, man. It's bad.
I know.
Why
Thank
you
you.
traveling at this time? Why you going? What thing different they coming bring? Nothing.
So why you want people are saying the lawmakers taking money during the time that there's a movement out there that's saying the legislature should return the money, the $15,000. We also learned that they gave themselves 20,000 United States dollars loan as well. So that is about, I think, $35,000 that they got for themselves. So why you want the legislator to do? There are others that are saying they should take the money back. You think the poor should give the money back?
My brother, for me now, I have decided I will be on my own, and I will be, because man by nature is a political animal. I'm of nobody. I will always talk by myself because nobody is perfect. Now I can't trust any other person to go over there. What are you doing with 15,000? What kind of weather people can go to over there? Why take that money? Say, if we want to use the project I will say, then other people want to justify. Why even take that money? Why you could not leave that money in the millions of dollars that were there and just think of even the JFK over there and say, send it money a day. Let's just buy some equipment that you come, or let's do all the project for it. Then you divide it individually. You know what job I'm going to do with you. Then you say, you take it to your district, you go. That no justification. Let the people bring the money back, man. Let them bring the money back.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, it hurts me a lot.
I know. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for the show. Let people bring the money back.
All right. Folks, you heard him right there. He said the lawmakers should return the money. This is not the time for them to be taking that kind of money. So we were reading comments here. I think I read this one. Yeah, from Elizabeth. Good evening, Mr. Sieh. I think it is evening hours in France, right? My understanding is that you are in France. Let me know if I'm very wrong on that. My daughter went to Liberia, paid $75 for the test, stayed for 2 whole weeks, and never got her results. Why? You take somebody's money and you give him this test because you want to know the status of the person so that the person can take precaution when they know that they are positive or not positive. And you took the person money, a government, and you don't give them a result. So why you took the money for? They hear from Elizana Bolenface, Emmanuel Higgs. The old man say charities begin at home and it ends abroad. Your father and mother are to set an example, but with this case, the government is the parents and not setting the example. Let's hear from Manti Wiama Brown. It is so sad that our able representatives, maybe meant to say our able representative at the legislature, that should be exercising their oversight responsibilities are the ones that are disappointing us. The money being collected at the airport is the revenue. Who monitoring those monies being collected by the health authority? These guys were only thinking about their 15,000 instead of thoroughly investigating how the money is being spent. Let's hear from Pan-Africanist. Talking to Laura here, wow, this is really sickening. How will those in charge of said duty know who's affected? She said, who is affected? Let's hear from Anthony Rogers here. They get 6 tablets at the arrival point, but only 3 working. So at the result, people will spend 4 to 5 hours before getting their result. Can you imagine that? And so far from what we learned, the health authority has collected nearly $8 million from the very testing. And this person is saying from what they know based on their experience, they have 6 tablets. And of the 6, only 3 working. Let's hear from Bapu Coleman. While everyone is looking at the lawmakers, what about the 300,000 in the budget for the First Lady? Mr. Comer, or I shouldn't say Mr., I don't know the first name, whether. So Comer is asking the question, what's about the First Lady? 300,000 in the budget for her. Some people are saying the lawmaker should return the money. Maybe she should return it too. Let's hear from Anthony Rogers again. No, if your result is not up, you can't travel from Liberia. Somebody is saying if you don't get your result, you will not travel. Let's hear from David here. In Ghana, travelers are not to enter without a negative result. A negative result. So they do rapid testing and get the result in 20 minutes. When will we get to that, fellow Liberians? Can we get rapid result? Can we get the tools, all the equipment, all the kits, the testing kits that will get a rapid result? I think that $8 million, we can take some money from there. Maybe the money that's been given to the lawmakers, we can take some money from there. Maybe the money that's been given to the president, we can take some money from there. The health minister has got over $7.5 million from the payment of COVID-19 testing fee, but yet the government can't get oxygen and PPE for health workers. And our man Cisco, Lawrence Cisco said that Liberia for you. Let's hear from John Bully. It is all about the money. It is all about the money you pay. $100, you can't even get your change. You can get your result and you get frustrated. You leave it and go. I don't know what the person is saying. I think the person is saying it is not about the money you pay. It is about what you want to get, your result, and you can't get the result and you get frustrated. So I hope I was able to capture it right there. If leadership at the airport account for $75 funds collected properly, is he asking question? That money can be used for this emergency crisis to rescue our people by getting the vaccine available for the masses. Our people need urgent relief now, I think the person meant to say. And then I hear from Fufana here, the Liberia trouble now, no love for country. Let me see if we have a caller, and we do. We have a caller, and we do. Caller, your name and where you are joining us from, and quickly to the issue.
My name is Clementine. I'm calling from New York City.
Okay.
And I want to say something when it comes in regards to the COVID test at the Bravo International Airport. Because my son was in Liberia, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he visited Liberia, he did his COVID test when he got in.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's time to come back home, and he did his test and went back there to get his result, he did not get his result, but he put me on the phone and I was listening to he and this guy, and the guy told him, look, my man, I try to speak to Liberians. Look,
Right.
my man, somebody's result is in. I can give it to you, and when that person comes to get your result.
My goodness.
I said, are you kidding me?
My
I swear.
goodness.
And he told me, he said, Mommy, don't say anything. Then the guy said, yes. He said, no, but I don't want this person's result. I want my result. He said, my man, your result. Then you go home, say the man result. My son said no. And so my son got upset. I'm on the phone, and I spoke because it was upsetting me. I said, is that what you guys doing in Liberia, taking somebody else's COVID result and giving it to somebody else? He said, oh, your mom, my man, you put your mom on the phone? I'm like, yeah, I'm listening. So my son left and came back. That's what's going on at the airport. They're also selling those people results to one another. When I mean selling, if you're not there, or if I'm not there, they can give you my result. My result came in before you. Then something else in regards to the Minister of Health.
Mm-hmm.
I got a call from Liberia because I sent things back home to sell. Then I got a call from somebody from Liberia that tells me, you need to send medicine. And I said, yes, what kind of medicine you want me to send? So the person told me, well, all kinds of medicine to sell, to send home. So I'm like, who's going to sell this medicine? She said, oh, the Minister of Health. Jala, that's her name, Wilhelmina Jala. We're going to sell it to her. I'm like, what do you mean sell it to her? She said, yes. And where is she buying? Oh, what's she going to put in the medicine? Oh, she's going to take it to her clinic. I was shocked. I'm like, the Minister of Health has a clinic or hospital? She said, yes. I said, but then why wouldn't she buy this drug to take it to her main hospital? Then no just get. And the person told me that, oh no, every time we bring drugs into the country, she buys it from us and take it to her clinic. So how the hell can she be a minister of health and buying drugs? No wonder no medicine in the hospitals that the poor man, can get cured, because I was flabbergasted. And I told the person, I was like, okay, now I'm not going to send any medicine to you where the Minister of Health going to buy the medicine to take it to her clinic.
Wow.
This is a true living story. Just last week, I got a call from Liberia. And I'm so furious, I don't even know what to do.
I can sense it.
Yes. The two stories I'm telling you, it's a true living story. Because I was on the phone listening to my son, and this guy wanted to give somebody else's results to my son because he was leaving. And I told my son, no, hell no. I told the guy, no, you can't do it. That's wrong.
Well, he did it anyway.
These are things that need to be looked at.
Did he do it?
Where is the Minister of Health? She's too busy fighting to buy drugs for her clinic than for the Liberian people. They need to kick her butt out of there, actually. A lot of these folks need to go. I'm very upset for this country. Look, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher in the United States. And I mean, I don't know what to say about Liberia. I cry every time I look at the video. I cry.
I know.
Or every time I watch your show, or Costa, or Spoon Talk, I know George open help my daughter, my little baby daughter, when she was 3 years old. I don't know.
I don't know too, my dear. I don't know too.
Thank you for all you do.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Folks, you heard it right there. A member of the health team at RIA telling a traveler, I can give you somebody else's result since your result is not available. Can you even imagine that? There is chaos from what I'm hearing. Well, folks, we will conclude here. For time is fast spent, we will conclude here. And so let me conclude with this. On the issue of the $75, no traveler, no Liberian is complaining about this amount. The concern here is, why am I paying this money and I'm not getting the result for which I am paying the money? And the other question is, what is being done with the money? Another caller said they had 6 tablets. Of the 6, only 3 working. And as a result, people spend 4 to 5 hours at a testing center, waiting in long line and for hours. So the question is, what are they doing with this money? No one is complaining about the money. But the complaint is, we are not getting what we are paying for. Can the people get what they pay for? And it's not more so about they just getting what they pay for. This is about safety. This is about trying to defeat the killer virus. When people are being so reckless in their shape and form, to the point that they will get somebody else's test to another, because the person has to leave or because they have not been able to produce the person result in a timely manner after the person has paid for it. And so they are swapping people test result. You're talking about this killer virus? How are we? So all along, what I'm learning now is that Liberia had done okay during the first and the second wave, maybe out of just mere mercy from God. Or maybe we're just lucky we didn't get too many cases. Because with this kind of way people are conducting the whole search, or testing thing at the airport, it just presents most trouble. It does not offer any solution. I heard also from a reliable source, travelers, especially international travelers, people who are foreign nationals, to put it right, when they travel, especially those coming from countries that are at the high level, those people are supposed to be quarantined for 14 days. So when they are tested, they put them on the bus to take them to one of the hotels in Monrovia. But the individuals are calling toll why the person confided in me with. These foreign nationals who bribe the driver, and the driver will take the money. So instead of these individuals be quarantined at the hotel for 14 days, they are allowed to go about their business. And we told you that the variant that is killing people, the Delta variant, I guarantee you, it might have come from India. Oh, yes. And we knew that that thing was raging hell in India. And yet we did not take precaution. We didn't plan. And people have been coming from India. And with this kind of testing, where you don't give people results, you just collect the money, take their sample, and then even test the sample and allow them to go into the communities. This is all you get. You put your people at risk. And as though that is not enough, our elected officials, they have collected money. In the case of the lawmakers, all of them, $15K, and then $20,000 for loan. And then Youngly, DeLong left the country, and the president too left the country. They left our people alone. And some of his surrogates are justifying that he has gone to ask for help. Macron is his friend. Take your friend and call. When you are in trouble, you take a phone and you call your friend. And that friend can give you the help you need. You don't have to show up. So we are left alone. I have something to read to you here, folks. There is a doctor who there's a teacher or professor who is in Liberia. He teaches at Toma University and also Cotton University. He's a white gentleman. His name is Dr. Tin. Dr. Tin, we hardly have focused on Liberia 2 times, and he's teaching history in Liberia. And he wrote on Facebook, and this is, I'm going to read it for you, and it captures everything else. Monrovia, Liberia, he wrote, this is a foreign national in Liberia who is teaching, and this is his experience. Monrovia, Liberia, he wrote, the president of Liberia, His Excellency. No, I don't think this is the statement. Is this the statement? Let me find the statement here. Bear with me, folks. All right, here is the statement. Here is the statement, and let me read it for you. Question. Are any of the Liberian investigative journalists from the Daily Observer or Bush Chicken looking into the corruption taking place on a daily basis at Rabat International at the Rabat Field Airport outside of Monrovia? With 2 question marks. Immigration authorities are forcing everyone who enters Liberia by plane to pay for a bogus COVID-19 test. This is a foreign national who teaches in Liberia at Cottington University and Tolman University, who wrote this Facebook post after he had had enough of this pure nonsense. He continues here. Immigration authorities are forcing everyone who enters Liberia by plane to pay for a bogus COVID-19 test with exclamation mark. Foreigners are forced to pay $75. Liberian citizens are forced to pay $50. And what do they get for their money? Someone dressed as a nurse takes a nurse's swab sample from all arriving passengers after taking their money and tells them that they will be called in 3 days' time with the result. The problem is that no one is being called after 3 days and no results are being given, which means that they are not actually sending the samples to any laboratory to conduct the COVID-19 PCR test. If a passenger asks them for a phone number to call to get the results, they refuse to provide one. And no one is complaining. Folks, did you just listen to that? Did you just listen to that? A foreign national having to be a white gentleman who teaches in Liberia, trying to help our country, is telling us immigration authorities are forcing people to take what test? A bogus test. And why did he call it a bogus test? Because they pretend as though they are getting your sample with a swab. And he's saying they pretend that they are sending it to a laboratory. They are telling you they're going to call you in 3 days. You never get a call. When you ask them for a phone number, they don't give you any. And you don't get your result. Foreign nationals going to our country are being forced and compelled to pay $75 for a test that they don't get before we even talking about the result. And the Liberians are being forced to pay $50. And he said no one is complaining. I can imagine what is going through his mind. What kind of people are these? They don't complain. They just see it as normal. I think that a team post said it all. This is corruption at the highest level. And the president went through that very airport. I'm very sure he was not tested. Oh, he's above the law. I'm sure he was not tested. I mean, this guy can't even take a vaccine. Anyway, we will leave it there, folks. That is our country for us. But we are all Liberians. That sun is taking us home. Thank you. And folks, we will catch you another time here on the Hour of Politics. Bye-bye.
We are Liberians.